Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia. Welcome back to Overcoach. So, we are on board again with a Yang Xiao Long again. Who's going to play the DPS? This is approximately a platinum game. So, we've seen this player before, I believe, on the series. Their Widowmaker is pretty darn good, but they say that their other stuff could need some work. They also do say that they're not sure how they lose these games. So let's take a look, shall we? First of all, this is an extremely aggressive Widowmaker angle. Now there's the first thing I'm going to be saying right here. This is extremely aggressive. Are you going to use third person to peek? Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Okay. Okay, she had no idea you're there. Missed. That's a very risky and aggressive angle. A better Widowmaker will check that angle. And with, you know, trying to not sound like carefree here, checking the angs and all that. You're not behind barrier. You're taking this surfing route. Nice. That's a Widowmaker thing. Bang. Didn't expect you to be there, did he? No. Again, keep changing up your position. Which you're doing that pretty well. We've retreated to a safe distance. He's silly. We need to be on the high ground above us. We need to be on far back high ground. Yeah, yeah. This is where we need to be. Nice. Nice. Oh, lovely. See, we get so much more coverage from this angle, so many more angles. We can punish much easier. So what? That's a 4K. Great. This is where you want to be. Stay here. Keep adjusting between this window and the top ground over there. I would say that infra sight is a slight bit early. We knew that was a Genji. I don't think we really need to bother with that. Back off, back to the high ground. Back to the high ground. Okay, take far high ground with the Baptiste. That's fine. Why do we drop down? Why do we drop down? Why are we playing on low ground? Why are we playing low ground? Body shot. Nice. Very nice. Use the Baptiste window. Nice. Oh, my. Yep, one headshot on that. Zarya's gonna die from the window. Just the Lucio. I mean, he's just gonna stay behind payload and avoid sight. Nice. When we have a good position, we get a ton of value. We get loads of picks, and this is a fantastic Widowmaker map. This is the best Widowmaker map in the entire game. That's without a doubt. So many sightlines, so open, really, really good. Now, if this Widowmaker has got any sense in the world, she will not peek you while your sights are active. But I got a feeling she's about to do that. She's playing. Why did we go down to Diva? You're a better Widowmaker than her. Let's put out of that. This Diva should try and pressure you out. She's not doing it. I mean, she's slowly getting there. Why did we take a fire strike from Reinhardt? Nice. Nice shot under pressure. It was a little bit weird that the Baptiste used his immortality field on us. When we were 100 health, he should have just healed us up. And then we would have had the immortality field to survive the Diva dive. Nice shot under pressure on the Ana though. We're going to switch over to Tracer now. We didn't have to switch. Still a good point for Widow. So I'm interested to see how you do this. You're using all your cooldowns. You got rewind. That's all you've got. Now you've got one blink. Now you're stuck. You're stuck. Nice. Dead. So We used our cooldowns ineffectively there. We burnt all of our cooldowns and found ourselves in the back of the enemy team with no cooldown to get out. That's why we died. We did manage to trade it with an Ana though. So, we take that trade. If our team pushes, obviously. But our D.Va's not getting healed. I don't know what the Batista Mercy are doing, but... Again, 1 blink, 2 blink. 3 blink, no blinks left. 1 blink left. Got rewind, use rewind. 1 blink. Okay, cool. Using health packs. No health pack locations. That's what we want with Tracer. Good, 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 good. Not all of our cooldowns are up. We have 1 blink. 2 blinks. Now we have our cooldowns. Now we can go for a target. Pulse bomb him. Not the Tracer. Oh! Should have pulse bombed the soldier as soon as we saw him. Pulse bomb a Tracer, she just rewinds out of it. You get nothing. And we got caught out. We overstayed our welcome, we didn't use recall. Rewind. Recall or rewind? I have just forgotten what it's called. Recall. It's recall, not rewind. Why did I think of rewind? Out, 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 out. We fed. Yay, mamma mia. Back to the Widow. Honestly, I think that's a good move. I think that's a good move. You've looked strong on the Widow. It's a good Widow point. Just use your Widow. Dunk on him like you did just now. That soldier's over on high ground. You got a glimpse of him. Oh, unlucky. Nah. I mean, I don't know where that D.Va came from. I mean, she came from behind you, but I don't know what she was doing there. So, we didn't really tend to... Whoa, we're going to have it a Hanzo now. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think we get much value with the Hanzo against their comp. I think you were fine on the Widowmaker. Okay. I think we were fine on the Widow. I mean, we went over the Widow, we switched to the Widow and we got killed by a Tac Visor and D.Va that came out of nowhere from behind us. I think we could have given the Widow another go, but we did kill the Tracer, so... This is way too far forward. Way too far forward, you're gonna die. We know that's way too far forward, dude. We know that's way too far forward. Go again. We can spam those windows from afar. We did not need to go that far forward. Unlucky. Again, lovely shot. You have a good raw mechanical aim. Ooh. That's being tricky. I don't know where we were climbing there. Again, we're really in the fight here with Hanzo. We don't need to be here. We don't need to be here. We're in... That was a weird place to be. Again, we're playing point here. We could be playing back of point, back of last point. We could be spamming him from afar, is what I'm saying. And it's not like we need to get close and compensate for our aim, which is something you shouldn't do anyway. But it's not like you're doing that because you've got good aim anyway. So I don't know why we were. I don't know why we were playing so aggro, I suppose, is the terminology we should use. But we're going to play defense now. Attack, sorry. Not defense. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. Attack, I'm assuming you're going to start off on the Widow. It would be odd if you didn't. Considering how powerful Widow can be on Junkertown. There's no reason why you can't play Widow throughout Junkertown, by the way. Plenty of people do it. Plenty of people do it. Okay. Yes, as I thought, Widowmaker. And I know you said, I don't know how I lose these, so this is obviously a loss, but I don't know how I lose these, blah, 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 blah. I'm not looking at the rest of your team, I'm looking at you. That's what we're going to look at. Because, you know, this is platinum. And so there's always room for improvement, otherwise you would be higher. That's the basic, brutal truth of Overwatch. We can find excuses, we can blame our teammates, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it is your teammates. But a lot of the time, there's a lot of improvements you can make yourself before we start looking at whether it's your teammates. And I've just realised that your Reinhardt player is called European Uppercut, which is quite funny. Okay, we're being cautious. They do not have a Widow, so we're pretty Gucci here. Sigma's doing his best to stop you from doing anything, which is what a good Sigma will do. Ah, Sombra, okay. Cheeky from that Sombra player, but, you know, she did it. But then she dropped into the team and died. So, yeah. There's benefits to everything, I suppose. A bit of good at your service. We got no sightlines, let's move over. Be careful where you're going from here. Very nice. This Sombra's got our number. This Sombra's got our number. Do you know what I'd be doing here? I'd be switching to McCree. You're gonna go Tracer, okay, that's fine. It's my personal preference to go to McCree. That's completely up to you. Providing we get value with this Tracer though. We are up against a Brig, which is not going to be easy. We did recall straight into the backside of that Brig though. So we need to be careful. We've got no recall, we've got no blinks. We are so vulnerable. We are so vulnerable. You should have died. You should have died there. A better enemy team will kill you easily. We're hacked now, so we definitely can't do anything. But they're not really paying attention to you. You need to get out. This fight is definitely by far well and gone lost. We're going to take the back line. Okay. Assess the situation and find a good target to go in on. Let's not just go in on the ball. Find a target. Unlucky. He still walked into it anyway, so that's fine. Be very careful going into melee distance of a Reinhardt. Again, this is a brave target. That's a rallying Brig. Very good to go back to you then. Very good. That must have been comms. I don't see how otherwise. Wow. Now you can take this Brig on. Nice. Sigma's... I don't know what Sigma's doing. This is fine. Going up into the backside of them. Concentrate his soldier. No. Yeah, we lost the fight. I think we spent too much time flanking around. I think we would have been better sticking in the brawl. We know the shortcut. We got to try that shortcut. Yep, nice. I think we'd have been better sticking in the brawl on the point there. Are we going to go for a cheeky bomb? Please don't try and put this bomb on the Sombra, because if she's a good Sombra, she'll have her translocator down and it won't do anything to her. We just saw her. Get her, get her, get her, get her. You have a translocate location, so this is pretty good. We're getting caught out on this Tracer. It's very interesting because they forced you to switch. This Sombra has done a very good job of forcing you off the Widow. We're frontlining straight into the fight, mind. We have to be aware of that. Sometimes we're just blinking straight into the front line, which is not what Tracer wants to be doing, really. Okay, we're taking the flank again. We need to be careful not to be seen here. Surely that Brig sees you. Straight into the shield. Yeah, we did that way too early. We did not react to that hack whatsoever. What? I wonder what your process was there for that pulse bomb. I'm wondering whether you tried to cue it before the blink and it didn't work. Because that is a thing you can do. We weren't fast enough with our rewind. Our recall. Whatever it's bloody called. Both mean the same thing. At the moment, our kit usage, our utility ability usage with Tracer, I would say is pretty poor, and it's letting you down big time. Whether we be too slow on pulling it off, we don't want to be going in. We don't want to be going in. We don't want to be going in. What were we doing? Why were we in? We should have been very, very safe waiting to go in. Our team was nowhere near ready for us to capitalize on anything. We took way too risky of a preparation position. Way too risky. Not the Sombra. Just a soldier, yeah. You got more chance of straight up killing the soldier. Recall. Out. We need to hit a pulse bomb here. And they have got everything they need to hold this. So I'm assuming they do. Hit the pulse bomb. Hit the pulse bomb. Brig, 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 brig. Hit the pulse bomb on the brig. What did we use recall for? That was a complete waste of recall. We had a perfect... She has fade. Okay. Okay. So your Widow, yeah, your Widow's great. As long as you take up the right positioning, which generally most of the time you did, your Widow is great. I think we were over hesitant to switch on the Widow on the last point of the defense. I'm not gonna lie. I think we didn't necessarily need the Hanzo, but your Hanzo was decent enough. I think you were too aggressive with the Hanzo, and I think you were too brawly with the Hanzo. You found yourself in the fight way too much. With the Tracer, your ability management was poor. Very often we found ourselves up against an enemy or multiple enemies with no blinks left and no recall. And at that point, Tracer is dead. With 150 health, she's got nothing. Nothing to keep her alive. So we have to be very, very careful how we use our blinks. I think you're using your blinks too willy-nilly, I would say. And I think, especially that last recall was bonkers. We took no damage. We recalled from 150 health to 150 health. And we didn't recall far away anyway. I think that, especially that last fight, you could have double blinked beyond the Sigma and into the back of the Brigitte and pulse bombed her. That's what I would have tried to have done. Because she wasn't paying any attention to it. She was much more worried about what was going on in the flanking window. So, yeah, I would have tried to have done that. And then you could have recalled out of that, beyond the Sigma, back into that room, and you would have got a vital pick. And then you could have stalled the payload, and that whole fight might have gone differently. So, that's the way I would have played that last fight, if I'm being honest. But overall, ability usage is letting you down. All in all, your mechanical aim, we can see it on the Widow, we can see it on the Hanzo, and we can see it generally on the Tracer as well. You can hear the ding 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 ding. And that's why your Widowmaker gets so much value, because your positioning is good with the Widowmaker. Most of the time you've got good positioning, but your mechanics are really good, so you get a ton of value on Widowmaker, especially on great points like Junkertown. When it comes to the Hanzo, a bit more of positioning comes involved, and we seem to get dragged into the fight. I don't know why we get dragged into the fight, to be honest. Just position similar to the way you were playing Widowmaker, just a little bit closer to the fight, and you'll be fine. You do not need to be right in the fight with Hanzo. And then with Tracer, it becomes all ability cooldown, and we can't just zip 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 in the backline and rely on our mechanics to get us out of it, because once we go into that backline, we need to know that, well, yeah, even if we kill this Ana, someone's probably going to follow up and try and kill us. So we need to be able to kill the Ana and get out afterwards. And what you were doing is you were going in during you being in the back line, you were using all 3 blinks, all your recall as well. And then even if you get the kill, you find that you're in the back line with no blinks, no recall, no way to get out apart from walk. And at that point, you are prey for literally anyone, whether that be a Reinhardt, a Sigma, a Diva, a Sombra, a Soldier. It can be anyone. They can kill you, even a Zen. I would expect a Zen to kill a Tracer that doesn't have any cooldowns with half decent aim. So yeah, that's what's letting you down with the Tracer. Definitely, it's the ability cooldown, and I don't think we found the maximum value on the Tracer that we could have. And Tracer is a bit tough to run on Junkertown sometimes as well, which is something else we can say. But I am going to leave it here for this one. So thank you guys so much for this video. If you liked it, give a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. See you then.